insecure to confident. I'm going to tell you a true story. Well, bonjour, bonjour, my loves. I am so glad to have your presence here. You make this space, my YouTube channel, special. And without you, man, this channel just wouldn't be what it is. So thank you for being here, you good looking man. So how many of us have struggled with insecurity? I think every single person watching this video can say, yes, I have. You know what? We all have. And so I want to share with you a true story about how you can go from insecure to confident like that. Like what? Like that. Now, if you're new here, listen, here I talk about women, sex, attraction, relationships. So make sure, my love, that you subscribe and turn on that notification bell. And if you are new, then you know my last several videos have all been about my time here in France. So make sure that you stay to the very end, because I'm going to show you clips of my ups, my downs, my highs, my lows, and just some really fun times here in France. And it's a beautiful country, so stay to the very end. All right, my loves, I'm gonna do this video a little bit different. You know, most of the videos that I do, it's like, okay, how to do this, ABC 1 2 3, step number 1, step number 2. This video is not gonna be like that. This is gonna be more of a story, and I'll tell you why. Because we actually learn more from stories. There's a quote, I believe Maya Angelou said, that people will forget what you say, but they never forget how you made them feel. And so stories invoke feelings inside of us. They provoke our emotions. So I'm going to tell you a story about from being insecure to very confident. So it's actually my story. I grew up with a lot of rejection, and I think sometimes we see where a person is today and we go, that person just was born that way. But typically, if you see someone really powerful in an area of their life, it's because most people have struggled a shitload in their life. And it's the ones that persevere. It's the ones who are tenacious as fuck, who go, wow. You see them overcome and you see them as very powerful people and you go, wow, where did that person get their power? It's because they probably overcame obstacle after obstacle after obstacle. So this is what I see with insecurity. A lot of times, you know, men, you guys who are coming to me as my clients, maybe you've bought my programs. The reason you're coming to me, the reason why you're watching this channel is because somewhere you're insecure, right? Like you are either insecure with talking to women, you're insecure with how you look, you're insecure with, you know, your effect on women, how you impact women. Insecurity can run in all different sorts of ways, but you know, there is a way that we can change that. So listen, I don't know if you know this about me, but I got married at 18 years old. 18 years old. Now, someone, I don't know, I saw on Google search that someone is out there Googling, how old is Arica Angelo? I am 39. Yes, I'm 39. Yes, I'm at that age where I need Botox and I'm just still not getting it. Some little fucker commented on my YouTube and he was like, your wrinkles are really showing in this video. I had to erase that. That one got too deep. I'm like, bro, that's just, you don't come at a woman's beauty. I won't come at the size of your dick. You don't come at my beauty. All right, let's just keep it fair. I won't go below the belt if you don't go above my tits. Okay. So I got married at 18 and I was really insecure. I didn't know what to do with my life. I thought getting married would be the answer. And I thought at the time that I wanted to be a minister. And so it was like, he wanted to be a minister. So I'm like, I got life figured out. And then at 25 years old, I was like, what the fuck did I do? I just ruined my life. And going through that divorce was it was the scariest thing I've ever had to do for myself. Now, I've left the country as I'm doing now, and I've lived in France before, and I moved to Bali, I've moved to Thailand, I've lived in England. I've done a lot of ballsy shit, but that divorce it was the scariest thing I ever did. And that in itself, so I'm setting the precedence, the story. I was really feeling broken and insecure. I ended up divorcing at 26, and I felt like such a loser. Like, what idiot gets married at 18 and is divorced at 26? I just felt like shit about myself. So I created my own business with a business partner, and we started a real estate business. Always had this itch to be an entrepreneur. And so I started my business, and the business model that I had, my business partner said, hey, you can come to Columbus, Ohio, and you can do the same business here. So I said, okay. I packed whatever I could take and fit in my Chevy Tahoe, because that's what Texas women drove at the time. Even if you didn't have kids, you still drove a big ass car. So I packed my car. I took my little miniature dachshund. Her name was Daphne. And me and Daphne drove from Texas all the way to Columbus, Ohio. And I remember getting there, and I didn't know anybody but my business partner and his family. And I was like, fuck, what do I do now? Didn't think that whole friends thing part out. And so what did I do? I got on MySpace, and I started meeting guys on MySpace. I was actually like a kid in a freaking candy store. I was like, you can freaking stalk people and they're not gonna know, and you can look at hot dudes and their bodies and they're never gonna know that you're like creeping on them. This is amazing. Like, that's when I really fell in love with the internet, was because of MySpace. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Yes, that bell is chiming away. Chime on, my man, chime on. And so, I'm meeting guys, but then guess what? Oh, wait, here comes some little kid, so it might get noisy. So I'm meeting guys, but guess what? It's just like you watch these videos. Like, I had to go through the whole dating process. Like, everything that you're going through, I had to go through, because I had no adult dating experience whatsoever. So I know the fear that it is when you have to go and approach somebody or talk to somebody or go on that first date, or does this person really like me? Why aren't they text messaging me back? Like, all the things that I make videos about, I do that shit because I've been there. Even though I'm a woman, even though I have a vag, I've been there, and I know how scary it is. So that's why I have so much compassion for you guys, because man, when you're doing matters of the heart, or pursuing the opposite sex, that stuff triggers you. That stuff pushes your freaking buttons. I always say, oh, you think you're healthy, you think you're evolved, get in a damn relationship, and that will show you how not evolved you are. So I was totally scared, and so I start meeting these guys, and guess what? I have to go on my first date. So I go out and I meet this guy at a bar. My friends, my business partner's parents were like, are you crazy? You just met a guy online and you're just gonna go meet him at a bar? And I was like, yeah, pretty much. That's what I'm gonna do. I've always been a crazy risk taker. So, and that's why I always tell you guys, like, you gotta take risks, So anyways, I go on the date, and we're talking, and I don't know if you're from the Midwest, but I'm from Texas originally, even though I've been living in LA. And people in the Midwest just cut right to the point. He was like, what are you doing here? And I'm not a lie kind of person. That's not my thing. I don't like lying. So I told him the truth. I was like, I know this is kind of weird, and I'm 26, but I'm actually going through a divorce right now. And, he was like really nice. He's like, I don't give a fuck. Like, you're a hot girl, like, whatever. But I remember, like, okay, I got through that one. But then one night we all went to a swanky restaurant, me and his friends. And guess what people start asking? Why are you here in Columbus? Why did you just leave Texas and come to Columbus? Talk about feeling so insecure and so stupid and like such a loser. Like, here all these people are young and fabulous. All these people had amazing careers. We're at this fabulous restaurant drinking fabulous wine, and I'm like, well, I fucked up my life and got married at 18, and now I'm having to pay the consequences of that. And this is where, when I say that you can go from insecure to confident like that, this is what I mean. I made a decision. Inside of my heart. I was determined, and I said, you know what? I'll be damned if I let this fucking divorce determine who I am and how people see me. I refuse to let this mistake that I've made define the rest of my life. I will be damned if I do that. And so guess what? I made a decision that my divorce was not going to define me. And so when I would talk to people, I would, instead of focusing on the divorce, I would focus on my strengths. I wouldn't sit there and just go, oh, divorce, I got married at a young age. No, you know what I focused on? You know what? I'm 26 years old and I created my own real estate business. I did that. And I focused on those things, the things that I was awesome at. I was great at connecting with people. I built on that. I'd go out to the clubs. I love to dance. I built on that. I became the girl that was nobody knew to the girl who I did become a bit of a club rat. Like if anyone knows me from my Columbus days, they're like, yes, girl, we remember you dancing on the stage. But I love to dance. And so I developed this reputation of this girl is free. She's fun. She's wild. She's sincere. And I would go on tons of dates with guys. I didn't care what they looked like. I didn't care what they did for a living. It was like, this was my education on the world of men, was just getting out there and dating every single kind of man. And people could feel that adventurous energy coming from me. And people were attracted to me. They were drawn to me because of one decision. The decision that I made to not let my divorce define who I was. Granted, they accepted me for other things because I showed and focused on my strengths and didn't focus on my divorce. And so you're probably like, Arica, this video is long as fuck, but how does this work for me, Arica? I want to say this to you. Now I'm going to get real serious with you. My love. Sorry, it's hard for me. I'm using my stabilizer and sometimes I look over there. My love, there are things in your life that you are immensely insecure about. Maybe something happened in your childhood. Maybe something happened at work. Maybe something happened with a woman. And you are letting that one failure, you're letting that one disaster define the rest of your life. Maybe it was a shitty upbringing. Maybe you were abused and your abusive parents destroyed your confidence. You cannot let the past, you cannot let mistakes, you cannot let people's, the awfulness of that some people can bring to the table. You cannot let their misery define you any longer. And the only way that changes is by you drawing a line in the sand and saying, thank you. I refuse from this moment on. I refuse to let this define me. Now, some of you may be watching this and you're like, Arica, I don't know what that is, but this speaks to my gut. This speaks to my knowing. This speaks to my intuition. And if that's you and you're like, I'm not sure what it is, then sign up for a coaching session. Sometimes, my love, it's just a little pivot. Sometimes it's not a huge thing you need to change, but maybe it's an attitude. Maybe it's something like, hopelessness that has held you back. Maybe it's something that your parents said 10 years ago that you haven't been able to let go, and you just need a coach, a mentor to just go, you know what, we're walking away from that and taking you by the hand and taking you down a new path. Whatever it takes. I've worked with tons of counselors, healers, therapists, because I always want to become even better, because I know that there's so much inside of me that I can tap into. There's so much gold inside of me waiting to be uncovered. And so sometimes I've hired people to work with me, and I'm saying, if you need to hire someone, then do it, but do whatever it takes. But my love, the real shift comes from you. No coach, no mentor, no one has the power to give you that one shift, which is a determined heart, a determined attitude, a determined mind of saying, I will no longer allow this to define me. I will no longer be trapped in the despair of insecurity. I no longer will continue being this guy who lacks confidence. This is changing today. And I hope that you feel that fire from me, that power from me, that you go, that same power that she has, like, I'm transmuting that power to you so that you have that power as well. That you can just say, you know what, insecurity, I'm fucking done with you. You have robbed me from my life. You've kept me lonely. You've kept me single. You've kept me isolated. You've kept me frustrated, and enough is enough. I hope that you watching this video, that you feel that fire and that you go, enough is enough. Today, say it with me. Today, I draw a line in the sand. It really is, my love, to go from insecure to confident. It really is that determined posture that says, this is it. No more, no more. And then it's interesting because life is really beautiful. Once you draw a line in the sand, God, the universe goes, you know what? I'm going to back you up. And little pieces start falling into place. And you just keep following. Follow those seeds. Follow that rabbit trail. Follow the yellow brick road. But follow the seeds. But first, that decision has to come from you. I can't give that to you as a coach. No coach can give that to you. That comes from you. Now we can guide you and we can show you how to get to the other side. But you have to make that decision. And you know what, my love? It's time that you make it today. So I will share with you more of my time in France. So I know this is a long video, but yeah, let me show you some more of this amazing, beautiful country. But you know, before I go, what I have to tell you, which is this, my love, that you do have what it takes. I say that to you because I believe that for you. You have inside of you, you have what it takes. And my love, my darling, you're already loved. In this moment, just breathe in. Right there, you are loved. You are already loved. Mon amour, my love. Okay, enjoy France, and I will see you soon. And if you want to sign up for coaching, make sure that you apply, and I'd be happy to serve your heart, because that's what I am. I'm a guide. I'm just a servant to your heart. And I want you to feel the love that you, my dear, are worthy of. I'll see you next time. I know it's so nuts, but sometimes simple things that you take for granted, like for my apartment, I want a candle. And because I don't speak French and I don't know the area, I've not been able to find a simple thing like a candle for weeks. As crazy, and it's a smaller town, so it's not like I can just, like, getting on Google really helps because everything's so small, but ooh la la. What have I found?